to boil all the hope out of it. And then maybe you'll be ready sometime when he talks and acts just like us. That's the argument. I have to say, the American people don't seem to be buying this argument. And the reason is they understand. They understand that the biggest gamble would be to have the same old cast of characters doing the same old things with the same old results over and over and over again. That's a gamble we cannot afford. That is a risk we cannot take. We need something new. We need to turn the page and write a new chapter in American history. We don't just need somebody who's ready on day one. We need somebody who is right on day one. So that's one argument. I mean, there are all kinds of other arguments that are designed to tap into your fears. All right? So all the usual reactions of Washington, the negative attacks, the claims that, you know, I'm a wild-eyed radical, that I don't pledge allegiance to the flag, despite the fact that I do. Some of you got those emails. You know it. Right? Classic smear campaign for, just like, you know, we've seen in the past. There's the rubbing raw of racial division, making us suspicious of one another. All the strategies designed to make us afraid. You know, we don't need fear right now. We're tired of the politics of fear. We're tired of the rumor mongering. We're tired of the smear campaign. We're tired of the racial division. That's all in the past. We want to go forward. We want to go to the future. Then there's this last argument that's fascinating. This is a really interesting argument. I've been criticized because I talk about hope. You've heard these criticisms. Well, you know what? Obama, he's always talking about hope. It is true I talk about hope a lot. And for a good reason. The odds of me standing here are not that high. I was born to a teenage mom. My dad left when I was 2. I was raised by a single mother and my grandparents. They didn't have a lot. They didn't have money, they didn't have wealth, they didn't have fame. They had love, they gave me an education, and they gave me hope. And so it's true, I talk about hope a lot. I put hope on my signs. See, we got a bunch of hope signs here. I gave a speech in Boston at the convention about hope. I wrote a book called The Audacity of Hope. But here's the argument. The argument is he talks about hope so much, you know, he's a talker and not a doer. He's so naive. His head is in the clouds. He's a hope monger. The implication is that somehow if you are hopeful, that you must be naive, you must be engaging in wishful thinking, that you are somehow passive, shirking from a fight, unable to struggle on behalf of your dreams. That is not what hope is. Hope is not blind optimism. Hope is not ignoring the challenges, the roadblocks that stand between you and your dreams. I know how hard it will be to create a healthcare system that works for all Americans. The insurance, the drug companies, they're not going to give up their profits without a fight. I know that it will be hard to have an energy policy that saves the planet, saves your pocketbook. The oil companies like it the way it is. I know it will not be easy to solve immigration. It will not be easy to reduce poverty. It will not be easy to ensure that every child gets a good education. I know because I have fought on the streets as an organizer alongside steel workers who have been laid off from their jobs. I've worked as a civil rights attorney in the courts on behalf of those who have been denied opportunity on the job or denied access to the polling place. I have fought in the legislature, and I've won some fights, but I've seen good legislation done. Because good intentions weren't enough, because they weren't fortified by political will and political power. I have seen this country's judgment clouded by fear. And I've seen us get led into a war we shouldn't have fought. Because nobody had the courage and judgment to stand up and ask the tough questions before we sent our troops in to fight. I know how hard change